So first I'll probably be more prepared.
Hi guys, Rhiannon from BBQ Rotisseries. We're just about to do a demonstration on how to wrap the meat in the smoker. So we've got some sauce that we're going to mix in, and we're just about to take the pork shoulder as well as the pork belly and pork ribs. So
we'll pull the ribs off first, guys. What I'm going to do, the first one I'm going to do a bit of a glaze, but what I tend to do first, so the glaze doesn't get too gloopy, apple cider vinegar down, a little bit. You see this sauce is quite runny, so it's more of a marinade to begin with. It's not that really, really thick. Nice and meaty.
ooh.
So what we're going to do, flip them over. Now you can see, because the membrane was on, you can actually see the membrane still. It's a bit shiny, it's not pretty, but I told you I would leave the membrane on this one. And I'm literally just brushing it on, nothing fancy.
If anyone wants a closer look, feel free to pop in.
While you're brushing too, like you don't want to be knocking, rather than you spend 10-15 minutes putting on, you don't want to be knocking that off, so you want to be using one hand.
There's a few shiners in this, that's going to happen. That's why when you do competition you cook 6 or 7 at a time. Flip that over. Now it's been soaking in there. Now why I've used loin back, you can see how much more meat's on it, right? In Australia, if you use loin back generally, you'll get more meat. If you use spare, or what some butchers call American style ribs, there'll be nothing on there. We spoke about that earlier, it'll just burn. So this is going to bake more or less now, and just cook all the way through. Another bit of foil.
So I guess everyone's going to hang around now. 2 days already, aren't they?
Oh, we can talk. So that's one racked on guys.
Cam, do you do anything particular with the foil? Shiny side up?
No.
In? No? Just however it comes out of the roll?
Some people do, I just really don't care.
There's a few different schools of thought. That's why I thought I'd ask.
This is your pork.
Here's the pork
Now it
shoulder.
hasn't broken up as much as I would have liked, but that's okay. It's barbecue. I'm not going to sauce this. I'm just going to get it nice and moist. Now I can already tell this is a long way off, but it's got enough bark. How I can tell it's a long way off? Well, it's still juicy, but that bone in there isn't budging whatsoever. I could slice this. This is at a temperature that I could probably eat, but I want it to be full, so...
To give you an idea, the sampler that we handed around before, that cooked for about, I think it was 8 hours. And it's only pretty small, but it really held tight. So that one's probably going to take just as long.
Some will, some won't. It's just every cut's a little bit different. Now, you notice I'm doing it one bit at a time. I don't want to keep this heat out of this for too long. We might do the belly and then we'll do the last rack. Belly's looking pretty.
Mm-mm.
Now you can see where the salt's been sitting. That'll just sort of accumulate on top. It just gives it a little bit of a crisp, but I just get it really, the belly I get soaked on that. As much moisture as you can. Now later with the belly, I'll show you guys with the gun how to crisp up the top of that skin. It'll burn it a little bit, but you'll still get a crisp to it. Like I said, it went off at yaks, like people just lining up for it. That little bit's going to be a bit.
So there's a question here on Facebook from Matt. Cam, roughly how long are you going to have that back in for?
Probably another couple of hours.
Another few hours?
I'm probably going to probe a few of them and just have a look at internals. Ribs, probably not too much longer on ribs. The way we test ribs, it's got a nice bend to it. I want it to continually have that bend. But I will check internals. It's really hard with ribs because there's not a lot of meat on there to get it a really accurate reading because you're going to hit bone and bone retains heat. So generally it's like there is a magic number for everything and it's like 205 to 209 Fahrenheit. And that's the unsourced and dry rub. So they will sit in there now. I could even crank up the heat now a little bit if I wanted to and push them through. Now they're really smoky. Look, I probably won't. I might push it up to 280 now. I'll just let it ride at 280 for a little bit longer. I cook ribs really quick and I cook ribs really slow. The slower the better. This is why we're here, it's low and slow. But I won't check on them now. I'll run. The only time I'll open that now is to get the probe in. Probe it and just walk away. The best thing about the probes, guys, the easy temp, is you can set alarms on them for the low temperature, for the high temperature, for the meat. So it will alarm when it goes below, the unit goes below 225. It'll spike, if it spikes up to 290 to say 340, it'll alarm. You set it where you want it to alarm. It allows a bit of sleep. So if you want to go and have a nap, you've got that there. It's about 30 medium radius, isn't it? 30 meters. Give or take walls and things like that. But if you want to get a little bit of rest, yes, it does help.
Overnight cooks are almost
Yeah, unless you're doing it in a team. You tag team, yeah, absolutely. Or a lot of coffee.
Well, we just use it in the office when we're cooking because if we're getting inundated with customers or phone calls, what have you, it just lets the alarm goes off to let us know, oh, we've got to put more wood in the fire or we're getting a spike. So
we do need an alarm on them though for when customers open it. That's
Yeah.
what this is for. This is laminated for a reason. This just goes on the smoker.
we did find last Friday every customer that was coming would keep on popping the hood. Should have put a lock on it, but never mind, it's all good.
That's the thing about smoking, guys, is unlike spit roast and gyro and doing those sort of meats, it's not a spectacle until the end. So you've got to really suspend, everything that's going on and fight every power within your body to open that smoker.